sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is Thursday
And
night.
yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. And yes, ma'am, Marvin.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
And yes, ma'am.
And all others. How about that?
Mhm. I think we just got sirs
Whoa,
and ma'am
now, hold it,
watching.
hold it.
Yeah, Marvin,
Let's
he
keep it
done hit the
sirs and
skids
ma'am.
already, Queen. Mhm. He done hit the skids
Yeah,
already.
I know. He
We
thought my computer was tore up and he didn't think I could hear, but I heard what he said. I done
I
been
heard.
panicking on my computer.
You right.
I heard it.
Hey,
Let's
it's
start that
Thursday
over again
night.
there, Marvin.
It is
Start over
Thursday
again.
night. It is June the 6th, 2024, the year of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And you are watching Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show live and in color right here all across the great World Wide Web on Facebook and YouTube. And if you're watching us on the Facebook, do us a great big favor. Reach over and hit the like button, hit the share button so that our broadcast shares on your page and everybody knows that not only you're a fan of Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, but you support the truth and nothing but the truth that you will hear right here and only here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show each and every Thursday night as we come to you live and in color. And we're looking forward to a great show tonight. Have no idea what we're going to talk about. We never know what we're going to talk about until after we've talked about it. And then sometimes even after we've talked about it, we don't know what we've talked about. But anyway, we hope to have a great time tonight. Hope to entertain you a little bit. Hoping to lighten your load a little bit. Hoping to educate you just a little bit. But nothing else. I'm sure that many of you would agree that what better programming can you find on Thursday night than Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show? And we thank you, all of our faithful audience, for watching us each and every week all across the great United States of America. And we appreciate you. We're coming to you live tonight from our studio right here in Enterprise, Georgia, our studio in Thompsontown, Georgia, and our studio at 100% Flamingo Boulevard, Georgia. And our satellite studio at turn number 3 at the Old Rocket Speedway is off the air tonight. Don't know when it'll be back on the air. Hopefully by next Thursday. There was some trouble with the power company over there. They blew a circuit. And so hopefully he will be back on next week with us. But we're coming to you live all across the great United States of America and in foreign countries where it's legal and illegal for us to broadcast. All 57 states, 5 foreign countries, 4 sunken islands, and our great friends leading off right here, Mr. Clay McDaniel in the great state of Baker County, Georgia. And we welcome all of you to our broadcast tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the truth and nothing but the truth. I need to give this disclaimer to all of you out there. If you do not subscribe to common sense, conservative principle thinking, and or Judeo-Christian values, you're probably watching the wrong show tonight. You will probably be hurt and offended and mule-lipped before the night is over. So you might want to go ahead and either turn the television off or go in there and watch a rerun of Gunsmoke or a rerun of The View or a rerun of I don't know what. Go and play your Atari if you need to, because this is not going to be the right show for you. We're coming to you live tonight on the big screen. Brand new sponsor, 117.943726 and 132nd inch television screen tonight, live and in color at Sycamores. We are live at Sycamores. Sycamores, sauce and cheese smoothies. Sycamores. Second-hand men's and women's eyelashes, fingernails, and hair plug. Sycamores. Sermon prep techniques for Jewish rabbis and Catholic priests. Sycamores. Surgical removal of kidney stones in a drive-through environment. And Sycamores, slow-moving vehicle signs for blind drivers in Syrup City, Georgia. What's so funny there, Floyd?
Yeah.
And he's diverse. He's doing DEI.
Yeah.
He's practicing diversity, equity, and inclusiveness. So he got a lot of folks included in that thing. In that, he's full service.
Yeah, He is. I'm
I'm gonna
telling
pass on some of them deals he's passing out though. I'm gonna pass on that kidney stone removed for sure. I'm gonna pass
Well,
on that.
especially that drive-through part.
Now the sauce and cheese, the smoothie, I've come pretty close to
I'm
that.
gonna pass on that. I'm gonna pass on that.
Well, you lay that sauce up on the dashboard of your truck, and you hoop cheese laying it up there, and then that hoop cheese it starts sweating, And Bookie was saying it starts sweating on you, and it is. And you're pretty close, and your sauce starts sweating on you too. And you're pretty close to your smoothie right there with them two ingredients. And if soda crackers holds it together, though, that's your bonded substance there with sauce and hoop cheese is soda crackers. It's the only thing that bonds it together. If not, it go right straight on through you. Yeah. It'd be like a straight exhaust there.
Yep.
So any of y'all that might be prepping for a colonoscopy, that might be something you might want to try rather than drinking 3 gallons of that juice they give you. You up all night. You'll get it done in one fell swoop. Just put it up on the dash of your truck and drive around, for a couple of hours in 95-degree weather, and with your air conditioner off, you'll be good to go. But that's good. I'm glad somebody is taking the initiative to capitalize on things like that.
I agree with you.
But how do you make the smoothie out of it there, Floyd?
You put it in your mouth and you squish it all around. And then
Is that how? Okay, all right. So you don't suck it through a straw.
No, you don't take it through no straw. You take it orally, and you masticate, and then some of you that might be listening, and y'all might be offended by that word, but it means chew. You chew it up and swallow it. That's what it means. I'm not being ugly. And that probably will not ever be a Jeopardy question. And Joe Biden probably will never get asked that question. Because he'll say, "Here, let me show you." Yeah. Hey, I hold my sunglasses here. Let me show you how to do that. I taught Hunter how. Anyway, y'all, let's move on from that. We getting off the rails here too.
Hey, we're
gonna lose some viewers because they don't understand me like some folks do.
Hey, we welcome you tonight to our show. It's Thursday night. It's June the 6th, and we are live and in color tonight from 3 of our 4 studios, broadcasting live and telling you what's going on in the world, what's going on in the country, what's going on in the tri-state area, right here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Our good friend and our sponsor right here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, none other than the Peach Depot. Ladies and gentlemen, they are located on Highway 84 in Iron City, Georgia. It is a local, family-owned produce market in a historic building there at the depot in Iron City, Georgia. They've got peaches, and I want you to look at how beautiful the peaches are that they have and that they grow right there on site. They're also harvesting produce. They're harvesting cream corn. They are open on Highway 84 in Iron City, Georgia. Some of the best peach ice cream that you will ever find in this part of the country at the Peach Depot. All of your produce needs, go see them right there. It is locally grown, locally sourced at the Peach Depot. You can find out more information about them on their Facebook page at the Peach Depot, Iron City. Stop by and see them right on Highway 84. You cannot miss them. They're right across the street from the Dollar General. That's our good friends and sponsors, the Peach Depot, Iron City, Georgia. All right, boys. What's going on this week?
Oh,
With
no.
who? With who? With who and with what?
Well, that's what I just posed the question. It's a that's called a Socratic method, Floyd.
Let me ask you a question. You were talking about that Peach Depot, a fine place. Have you had any of that peach ice cream there, Marvin, that they make out there?
I have not yet, but I have heard wonders about it.
Well, I got some good friends of mine there. And whatever y'all do, you tuned in around here, do not tune in your GPS to take you to the Peach Depot. As simple as it is, it's on Highway 84, halfway between like Dawsonville and Brimson, Georgia. Big, you can't miss it. Anyway, some friends of mine called me the other day, and they said, Floyd said, where's this Peach Depot at? And I said, where are you? And they had turned off of Highway 84 down there where we used to have a rodeo. When they used to have a rodeo down there at Chris Thompson's rodeo arena deal. They was down there and it was heading them back. It was heading them back the other way, heading them south. And they said it was GPS. I said, cut your GPS off. So y'all cut your GPS off if you're gonna go to the Peach Depot. It's Highway 84 going up, but it's halfway between. It's in Iron City, Georgia, halfway between Brimson and Dawsonville, Georgia. That's where the Peach Depot is. So cut your GPS off if you're gonna try to go there. But if they'd have kept going, they'd have been in Sneads, Florida, in about an hour. Is what would have happened to them. They wouldn't have been nowhere near. But they went down there and he bragged on that peach ice cream, man. I'm talking about. He was bragging on that peach ice cream down there, getting all that good stuff.
Look at a testimonial right up there. Peach Depot blueberries are the best we have ever eaten. That's my next door neighbor. You reckon I could convince them, since the studio at Enterprise is just a few hundred yards from their home, maybe to bring some over here and I could sample them on the air while we are broadcasting live, some of those blueberries from the Peach Depot?
Why don't you go out there and get some?
You could get one of the two. You could get one of the two to bring it to you.
I'm just saying, why don't you go? I mean, it ain't that far. It ain't that hard to find. Cut your GPS off and go to Dawsonville and take Highway 84. Going east on Highway 84 to Dawsonville, and you can't miss it. You don't need nobody to bring. You're a grown man. What you talking about? Bring me some blueberries.
Yeah, but he was talking about right now.
Oh, I know it was. I know what you're talking about.
He was wanting him to get up right now, come over and bring him some blueberry. Probably would prefer they make him a blueberry pie or a cobbler or something or other,
He'd show out with that. No, we ain't been doing that. You would ask how everything's going. Been doing a little bit of work over here. I do want to share something with our viewers out there, and all our good friends in the ag industry know what I'm talking about. I went to Moultrie, Georgia, yesterday. Drove to Moultrie. Me and Nadine loaded up, went to Moultrie, done some business over there, and you go to Newton, Camilla, and then you go to Hartsfield and Bay and Funston and them little towns in there. Big agricultural area. I'm talking about old time farming, good land. That's some good dirt over there. Grow cotton, peanuts, grow whatever you plant in the ground. As I was motoring, I mean, actually here from here to Newton started noticing, because I see it all the time, but I want to share this. This goes as far as Moultrie, Georgia, and we're in the heart of the agricultural industry right here, if you will, for Southwest Georgia. Irrigation, good dirt, good farmers. The tallest cotton I saw was about 4 inches tall. That was the tallest cotton that I saw, and that was yesterday, June the 5th. At least 30 days behind where it should be. Ragged looking cotton, nothing looked good. Ragged looking peanut stands. Good farmers over there now. I mean, these old guys they've been in business a long time. Some of them they jar the ground, but I was noticing that about what the crops look like. The state that agriculture is in right now, where we are located, and I don't know if y'all realize this or not, but this whole area, this whole region, Southwest Georgia, Southeast Alabama, Northwest Florida, to a certain degree, totally depends on agriculture for our survival. And it's a challenge this year. And if y'all know a farmer, y'all know anybody in farming is in y'all's family, or y'all know of anything, y'all tell them, say, look here, man, said, there ain't a thing in the world I can do for you. There ain't a thing in the world I can do for you, but keep you in my prayers. And please be careful out there while you're trying to get these crops in. But it's going to be interesting. Going to be interesting at what happens in here around November. in December. And I was looking on the Ag Channel the other day. I like to watch that Ag Channel early in the morning. And they were talking about the corn crop. And they were talking about, they ain't talking about us. We don't grow enough corn to even affect the market one way or the other. But they were talking about the corn prices. And the price of corn right now, they said with an average yield and the cost of production, you'll lose $140 an acre per acre for every acre of corn that you've got planted. And that is because of the cost of the input of the fertilizer and the chemicals, the equipment costs, the equipment prices, the repair costs, the parts costs, and then the prices you're gonna get for that product.
So that'd be
Just $140 an acre is what you're gonna lose. And they said a lot of the farmers are because they talk about the Midwest farmers and they have just got through planting corn up there. But then they talking about said a lot of them are going over to soybeans. You only lose $35 an acre with soybeans. So they're going for the crop with the less loss percentage in there. So y'all keep them in your mind. If you see a tractor in the road or something, give them old boys a chance. Let me tell you what, they got a load on them. They trying their best to get from one field to the next to get out of your way. I know you got to go somewhere. You got a doctor's appointment, or you got a hair appointment, or you got to go shopping, or you got to go to Panama City or something. Just give them boys a chance, and they'll do the best they can do to get out of your way so you can get on. I promise you, they don't mean you no harm. All they trying to do is get out there and scratch a living out of this South Georgia dirt.
$35 an acre costs on soybeans, 140 on corn.
140 on corn. That was on that Ag Channel. I'm watching. I don't do the. I don't grow corn. I ain't grown no corn since 1979 or 78, somewhere along in there. But it costs a lot more to grow it now than it did then. Back then, I know that.
I was talking to one yesterday, Floyd. It was telling me that he absolutely did not need a bad year this year. This year needed to be one of the best years he ever had farming. And he said so far it has been the worst year he has ever had in farming, just with luck and things that's happening. And he said the way it looks right now, that this is what he said. He said, unless the Lord intervenes, I see no way I'll make it through the end. Mm-hmm. That's the shape we in. Them farmers, we need to pray for them. We'd be lost without them. What we gonna eat without them?
Yeah. And this is an agricultural community.
What we gonna wear?
What you gonna wear? What you gonna eat? I reckon they've got it all figured out to where China's gonna provide us with all the food and all the clothes that we need, and they will. They'll supply us with what they want us to have, and I guess that's the point. But it's got to be all of this. It's got to be all of this. It has got to be orchestrated for this thing to happen like it is happening right now. It's got to be a plan. This can't just this is not a coincidence.
Nope. Not a coincidence.
Things is bad, but I want to share with y'all, if y'all will allow me to, a story, a good story that happened today, involving my family. It started off this morning. Dr. Breckenridge decided that I think he wanted to buy a new gun, so he commenced to call him up and said he thought they had a doctor's appointment due. So they had to start off over there in Donaldsonville to the doctor's office, go over and we had to, kind of help him get up enough money to make a down payment on a gun, because he can't afford one. So we trying to help him out. So they left there and went to Dothan, Alabama. And when they got over at Dothan, my wife, she watched too many of them do-it-yourself channels and all that where you build stuff. I have no interest in that, but she do. So she was headed over there and she went to Lowe's. And so she was in Lowe's and she was getting out there and she went to get Kristen out of the truck, put her in the wheelchair. And she said when she put Kristen in the wheelchair, Kristen heard the back tire hissing air coming out. And they had picked up a nail and run over a nail. So she called me on the phone. She said, what you need, what you want me to do, what I need to do. And I told her a place over there that we used to buy a tire from a long time ago. And I figured that's where she was close to. She said, well, I ain't at that Lowe's. She said, I'm at the one out here across the road from Archie's place. I said, well, that's it. Go to Archie's. Go across the road to Solomon Chevrolet. So she said, I think could make it across the road. She said, ain't no way I could make it nowhere else. So she made it across the road, went over there, went in there. She said, she asked him if he was there, and he wasn't there. He was actually at the church. He was at the church doing some volunteering. He volunteers 1 day a week at the church. So he was at church, volunteered, and also she talked to another fella and told him what was going on. And he sent him back there at the back. And he said this. She said this nice young lady at the service desk come up and asked her, and she said, "Well," she said, I got a flat tire. Said, "I got a nail in my tire, and I wanted to know if y'all fix tires." And she said, "Well, it all depends where it's at. If it's where we can patch it." But it wasn't. It was a nail. It was in a hard spot to patch because I was in the tire fixing business. I know what it is. And she said, we can't do no plugging. We can't help you out. I don't think. But she said, let me call. So she called back there to the shop, and this fine gentleman by the name of Chris Lee come up to the front, and he said, "Ma'am, let me have the keys to your car." So he come and got the car, took it back around there, and did what he had to do to get that tire going so that she could get back to Concord. She explained if she got back to Concord, about we used to be in the tire business, who got back to Concord and all. And she said, "I just need to get." So he went back there, get back to Concord, done a great job with it. And when she went to me a thing, so I'm just glad I could help you.
Come on.
That's the kind of people that are still around there. I Archie Solomon's got good people working for him. That rubbed off. Part of Archie rubbed off on him and taught him to look after his people. Yeah, we bought that truck from Archie, but that was 10 years ago. I ain't bought nothing from him since. But they still looked after it. They took it and got it where she could get home. My family was over there in distress, and Chris Lee took the time out of his day to her and to make sure that it was safe and that she could get home, and looked after my family. And I just want to publicly on the air thank Archie Solomon and his establishment and all his employees, everybody that had interaction with my wife and child today. And to Chris Lee, I want to tell you, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for looking after my family so that I didn't have to do it. They still good people in this world. Y'all hear me? They still out there.
I see it.
And I
I
appreciate
see it.
it.
And I appreciate you doing that too. When somebody, we need to acknowledge people like that. We need to make an acknowledgement of it when
That's right.
people are good, kind, and decent. Hey, Queasel, do me a favor. Tell them about our
Well,
friends at
we,
the Holster Nine in Colquitt, Georgia.
you know, I'm just talking about good, honest people that's going to do the right thing, and there they are. The whole line. Johnny and Keith, they're two of the most honest ever meet. Hard working. All they want to do is make a good, honest living. They got probably one of, if not the best, firearm store that there is around in the tri-state area. Any kind of long rifle you might want, shotgun you want, any kind of pistol, self-defense pistol, whatever you might need, they got it. They got ammunition. We live in a terrible world, and it's a shame to have to say that buy guns and to protect ourselves, to be armed. But that's where we are, and if we don't think that, then we're fooling ourselves. It's the place you need to go. They got anything you need in that line. They're good people to talk to. They, if you don't know what kind of gun you want, they can steer you toward the right gun. They got all the scopes, all the everything you need. Hog hunting's a big thing. Hogs is running people's crops. I heard Floyd talking about the crops a while ago. These farmers over here talking about these feral hogs is just eating them up. Got everything you need for that. And then you step next door into the parts house. All your farming, your vehicle needs. They got all the filters, all the oil, the lubricants, whatever you need. They got the washes and the waxes to clean it up with, hydraulic fluid, anything you need for your automotive, your farming needs. You ladies, they got a nice selection of gifts there. And don't forget, it is the home of the world renowned Floyd B. Lloyd Rabbit Pellet Grills. Got all different models from the kind you put in your trunk and go tailgating with, to the one that you can feed the whole family, the big grills. Got all the pellets you need, anything you might need, they got it to do with any kind of automotive stuff. If they ain't got it, they can get it overnight. They even carry a good line of the accessories for your pickup trucks. Go see them right under them two beautiful American flags, the Holster 9 and Phillips Auto Parts.
Hey guys, we received a email this week with a testimonial video in it that I'd like to play for y'all and for our viewers for just a moment, if I could.
Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show every Thursday night, I have become a huge proponent of the Second Amendment. I now always carry my .32 revolver and a straight razor everywhere I go in New York and DC.
Look here. We got a wide, long reach. We reach out to a lot of people. Marvin, I'm gonna tell you that you caught some people off guard with that. Play that one more time.
Who would have ever thought
you
that?
Got a lot of people
scratching their head.
What? Yeah, they scratching their head. Say, well, I can't.
Yeah,
but we reach far and wide.
Let's run that one more time.
And the Dirt Road Sports Show every Thursday night, I have become a huge proponent of the Second Amendment. I now always carry my .32 revolver and a straight razor everywhere I go in New York and DC.
Now that's a testimony.
Never
right
know who's watching.
You will.
That's right.
We got one up there that says the newest convert. Hey,
Man,
somebody's always looking for
I didn't have
the truth.
no idea, Marvin. I had no idea.
You never know who's watching. Charlie Platt.
Never know who is watching it. It may turn her life around. I mean, if she's got that .32 revolver in her pocket and she got a straight razor stuck down in a brazier, that she is for real. Let me tell you. No.
That is something.
Hey, look at him, Charles Pickle in the flesh. Oh, peanuts! I'm talking.
Man, please, ain't that good right there? You don't get no better than that right now. That's it. That's man. Them things, ooh, that's some good eating right there. Only a Southerner would know.
I see it. Martha's Vineyard doesn't know what that is right there.
They wouldn't even know. Wouldn't have any idea.
They'd eat whole and all.
Queasel, look at that. What Floyd had night.
Woo, man!
I had that for supper last night.
While I got that pulled up, that'll segue us into an ad for TK's Bar and Grill. Go ahead and do it.
Man, TK's Bar and Grill, that's where we got them last night. Every Wednesday night, me and Nadine kind of got on a schedule that. Hey, we'll call TK's over there, and I tell her, I said, fix me up that 2-piece catfish fillet plate with them home fried potatoes in there, them home fried Irish potatoes, French fried potatoes. And the rest of it is that's the hush puppies, and that catfish fillet is as fresh and as sweet as you ever had in your life. And that is the world-renowned best French fries that you ever going to buy anywhere in your life at any kind of eating place. They take potatoes and they slice them up and they dice them up and they fry them right there. They do them like they ought to be done. TK's Bar and Grill is a good place to go get you something to eat. It's right here in Concord, Georgia, going right out on Highway 45 north, going like you're going to Damascus, Georgia. Get right out of Concord and look on your left over there, and you'll see that place right there. And if it's open, you pull in there, and I promise you, you'll get you something good to eat. TK's Bar and Grill, Concord, Georgia, 254-7850. You can call in and you can come pick you up your order and take it back to the house and eat it at your house. Whatever you want to dine in, just have you a good time, visit with some good folks while you're in there. TK's Bar and Grill, good place.
Guys, I want to throw this up. Today is the 80th anniversary of D-Day. One of the most historic days in all of military operations, one of the most important days in this world that occurred on June the 6th of 1944, thanks to the brave soldiers all across the world, but predominantly the United States of America, and we honor them. We thank them. Man alive, we got one. I think we've got one World War II veteran still living in Miller County, Mr. B.O. Mock. He's
That's right.
about, I think he's about 96 or 7. And he is the last surviving World War II veteran that lives in the county. And we appreciate them. What do they call that? The greatest generation? Wasn't that what
The
they were
greatest,
called?
absolutely,
They
the
believe
greatest generation.
Man,
18, 19-year-old, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old young men storming that beach right there had no idea if they was going to live another 30 seconds or not.
That's
Yep.
right.
There wasn't no way back. They wouldn't, but one way out. That's keep going straight forward.
about 4 or 5 years ago, my daughter was in college. She had the fortunate ability to be able to take an abroad class and spent 3 weeks in France. And they went to Normandy Beach, and she said it was one of the most surreal things that she's ever witnessed is walking on that beach where D-Day occurred, and actually being there where it happened.
Man.
I had a guy when I was farming back in the late 70s, when I was farming in the 70s, he helped me. His name was Lamar Addison, L.O., Lamar Oscar Addison. He was a Normandy Beach survivor. He came on the beach at Normandy. Him and another guy from Colquitt that I know. I know two of them. Mr. Cliff Griffin was one, and I think another one was Mr. Elmer Covington. I know those three stormed the beaches at Normandy. But he would talk about it. A lot of the older guys, they didn't want to talk about it, but he would talk about it, and he would tell me some things, and then he just quit. He said I can't go no. He said I can't go no more with it. He said as far as I can go. But he was a great American. He was a great guy, and they all were. They lived. They came back to the United States of America. They made something out of themselves, and they worked. And Karen had two uncles that was in World War II. One of them was in the Navy, and one of them was with Patton's Army. And I told her we talking about that during this time of the year, this period of time, this date and everything we're talking about. And I remember I didn't remember the one that was in the Navy. He died before I came into the family, but I remember the one that was with Patton's Army, Uncle Herbert. And I met him a couple of times over at Karen's mom and daddy's house, and at that time, it didn't mean that much to me. But if I had the opportunity to go back and sit down and talk to that man, and for him to tell me some of the exploits that he lived through, the things he did, it'd be a history lesson. But those old guys are gone. They're going away, and those stories have gone with them. But man, they turned this country around. A lot of them were uneducated. They were farm boys. They were the big city boys that didn't know nothing. The big city boys didn't know as much as the farm boys did about how to survive. But
that's right.
Put them all in one pot in there and dumped them out in that ocean in France and say, go get them. And they did. They went and got them. Some of them did. Some of them didn't never come back. But Lord have mercy, what some stories to tell. Now those people have stories to tell. They had stories to tell. You sitting here, you young folks, you sitting here and you're looking at this thing all day long. What's your story going to be? What you going to say? Oh, I remember back in 2023, July the 12th in 2023, I saw so and so on my cell phone. You're never going to remember that. You don't have a story. But you need a story to tell. And those guys right there that did that had the story to tell.
And hey, we want to say, I know sometimes we don't do this. We want to say thank you to all of them. Thank you to all of those soldiers that served during World War II, and especially those that were storming the beach on D-Day, June the 6th, 1944, 80 years ago. We remember all you. Thank you. Thank you for your service. We appreciate you. Hey, Queasel, tell them about our good friend and our resident attorney, Mr. Billy Shingler.
Have we lost him?
I think we might have lost Queasel there. I don't know.
But let me tell you, I'll tell a little something about Mr. Shingler. Mr. Shingler's a fine man. Billy Shingler's he's a good guy. He's a South Georgia boy, born and raised. He knows your language. He speaks your language. He understands what your problem is. He don't go in there and look down over the tops of his glasses at you and be questioning you. He wants to know what your story is. And if he can figure it out and if it makes sense to him, he's gonna be on your side. And they ain't a better lawyer nowhere in South Georgia to have on your side than Billy Shingler at Shingler Law in Dawsonville, Georgia. He understands what your problem is. He's a South Georgia boy, and that means a lot when you're dealing with lawyers. I honestly believe if Billy Shingler had been Donald Trump's lawyer, that Donald Trump would have been found not guilty on every charge. But he was not. Trump had all them. He had all those high-paid New York attorneys and corporate attorneys and this and that and the other. All they looking for is a paycheck. Shingler's looking. He's looking. You know what Shingler's looking for? I'll tell you what he's looking for. Jury to say not guilty. Y'all go see Billy Shingler in Dawsonville, Georgia. If you're in trouble and you need a lawyer, and if you ain't never needed a lawyer, you gonna need a lawyer sometime. See that man right there, 229-524, whatever his number was. You cut me off, Marty. But anyway, that's 229-524-1225. Billy Shingler Law.
And tell him, Floyd, what Shingler Law translates from the Latin to.
Not guilty.
See it. Not guilty. Not guilty. Hey, guys, it's time right now. You know what time it is. It's that time. Southern Hissy Fits trivia time right here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, brought to us by our good friends, Southern Hissy Fits on the Square in Colquitt, Georgia. 229-726-4825 is the magic number. Call Miss Vicky. All your embroidery, T-shirts, your tumblers, any kind of gifts, candles, whatever you need, give them a call. Custom-made embroidery is their specialty, and they are the official licensed merchandiser of Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, logoed car tags and coffee mugs. And the winner of tonight's trivia contest will receive, like this smiling gentleman, a Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show car tag. I don't know where
Come home, Marvin.
Oh,
Easy back now, Marvin. Get away from your TV voice now.
easy
Get in the
back.
Marvin voice. Come on.
Anyway, before you got me all confused there, here's the trivia question brought to us by Southern Hissy Fits. 229-254-5060 is the magic number. Here's what I'm looking for tonight. Your name and the correct answer, year, make, and model. Year, make, and model. 229-254-5060 is the correct number. I need your correct answer and your name texted to 229-254-5060. Year, make, and model. Year, make, and model is what I'm looking for. Year, make, and model of this automobile.
That's something right there now.
That is one more nice automobile. Year, make, and model of this automobile. If you can send that to me, and it's the correct answer, you will receive. Got one coming in here. Hold on. Let me look right here. Hang on. I'm getting to you here. Hold on. Don't lose faith in me. Just keep me coming here. Keep me coming. I'm just trying to get to it right here. All right, we got an answer that came in. 1956 Caddy Woody. Floyd, help me on this.
That ain't what it is. It ain't no Woody.
No, it's not
He's
a
right
Woody.
on everything else. It ain't no Woody. It's got a name.
Yeah.
It's got a model.
Yeah.
It's a 1956 Cadillac.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, 1956 Cadillac something. It is not a Woody, but it is a 1956 Cadillac. That's correct. But we get the year, make, and model of that. 1956 Cadillac. And looking for the model. And he comes back in right here with Viewmaster, and that is the correct answer. That is the correct answer. Had Chris Moore from Cheevertown had 1959 Cadillac. That was close there. But the correct answer was a 1956 Cadillac Viewmaster. And that one was won by the mayor of Colquitt, Georgia, Mr. Preston Clenny, 1956 Cadillac Viewmaster is the correct answer for the trivia question.
Man, that's good. I'm glad we got an influential person like that, high up in politics like that, to get the right answer on that. That's good. Yeah. He knows where to go. He knows where to go.
That was it. That was a good question. That was a pretty car, though. Very, very.
Oh man! Hey, look ahead. The spare tire on that thing weighs more than most cars now. The whole car weighs. Yeah, it's a spare tire.
Queasel, are you in? Are you live and in color?
I don't know. I got a Joe Biden computer. It don't do nothing.
It's incompetent and confused.
It'll work a little while and it won't work.
You couldn't see him while I had the Cadillac up there, but he was closing his computer, and I was just saying to myself, Lord, don't let him say nothing that will go across the airwaves that would be like. You remember the day we hooked the trailer up. I'm talking like one of them.
I was trying to hook it up. Good Lord. Sometimes you have to do that. The good Lord ain't gonna send you torment for that. You ask the Lord to forgive me. You know what kind of tide I was in. I still believe you, still love you, still trust you.
Oh yeah, hey, that's a good thing.
I told you to send me a. Send me an invite.
Hey, hang on.
I need you to send it to my email so I can get on this other computer and log on, because this one is this is Joe Biden right here. He don't know where it's coming or going. He don't know where it's today or tomorrow.
All right, I just it ain't. Has it had a bowel event? Yeah, that's the one thing.
No, it ain't. You know, and it moves kind of slow, like it might be stove up a little bit. I bet that's what it is. I bet I could get some of that sauce. I could shit some of that lid on some of that melted down sauce. Jeez.
I just sent it to your personal email, so you got an invite in your personal email there.
Well, all right. I ain't seen.
Hey,
I know it can't be the internet.
Let me tell y'all about Sawega Meat Company on Highway 27 North in Colquitt, Georgia, right on the Early County line. Sawega Meat Company. Your place for all your fresh meat needs. They also have produce. They got all kind of sauces, including the world famous Uncle Billy's sauce. They are now proprietors of selling the world famous Mayhaw jelly from Cedar Head Mayhaw Company. All of it is available right there at Sawega Meat Company, right on Highway 27 on the hill before you get to the Early County line. If you want steaks, if you want hamburger meat, if you want pork chops, whatever you want in the meat market line, Sawega Meat Company is the place to go. They also have a place now in Headland, Alabama, for all of you fine folks over in the southeast Alabama area. You can run over to Headland, or if you live in Headland, right there in your own backyard. Sawega Meat Company, our friends and our supporters of Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Stop in, tell them you heard about them on the show. Let them know that you watch our show, and let them know that you appreciate them being a sponsor here on every Thursday on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Good folks, Floyd. Good folks.
Have you got our little public service announcement poster up there?
Yes, sir. I got it right there. Yes, sir.
I told you I was gonna call my guy and check in with him right there. Put it that ain't the poster I sent you, but anyway, that's the one you got there. But I'm gonna call my man. We're gonna talk about the Briar Patch Festival.
Yeah, hey guys, while he's getting him on the phone, I want to invite you this Saturday to the Briar Patch Music Festival. It's going to be held behind Cotton Hall in Colquitt, Georgia. Great time. And we're going to have just a moment. Floyd's will be talking to
I've got him on the phone right now as we speak. Mr. Jeb Tabb. Hey, Jeb.
What's up?
Man, hey, you, what's happening, man? Look at here. We got your poster up here. Gonna have the Briar Patch Music Festival coming up in Colquitt, Georgia on June the 8th. right behind Cotton Hall. Y'all know where Cotton Hall Theater is, and it's right across the street from the big agricultural mural. That's I think the largest testament to agriculture in the United States of America. You can't miss it. And I'm talking on the phone with Mr. Jeb Tabb. He's a local Miller County, born and bred, and the Tabb roots go deep in this county, in Miller County. And he's been here a long time. His family's been here a long time. He's one of our great local citizens, and he is a musician, and he plays with a couple of these bands here. And I'm gonna let old Jeb kind of invite y'all and tell y'all what's going to be going on at the Briar Patch Music Festival, June the 8th, right here in Colquitt, Georgia, right behind Cotton Hall, starting about 3 o'clock, I think. Jeb, is that right?
That's right, Floyd. The gates open at 2 o'clock, and then hopefully the production guys will get the stage up and running around 3 o'clock. That's when we're going to do a open acoustic jam. So any musician has a stringed instrument or anything like that, they can come there and jam with us. They got a song they've written in the past. Talking to you, Ronnie Sheffield, if you're listening tonight.
Yep.
And we got a bunch of bands, bluegrass. Well, actually, we had to reschedule this because it got rained down May 14th. But Lou Wamp is coming to play with us. He's going to be an artist at large, and he is probably the number 2 dobro player in the United States. Probably the best, but he's an architect. I guess he figured that'd pay better. And he is going to be open to sit in with any band that he likes. And so it's going to be really cool because we're going to have a band called Pharaohs of Funk. I've never had them on a show before, but they've got trombones, saxophones, all that stuff with a dobro. It's going to be really something to see. And only for $20. I mean, that's bad inflation that hit us yet.
And you can come in here and stay all afternoon, I think, until well on up until the straddle of the night. Jeb, I understand it's going to go on to about 10, 11 o'clock at night, and it'll cool down a little bit, later on in the night. So just come on in whenever you feel like it, whenever the spirit moves you. Y'all come on over here to Colquitt, Georgia, and see it. And I'm looking at some of these bands here. Got some interesting names here, Jeb. You told us about the Pharaohs of Funk, and I know about the Few Miles South band. Man, they are awesome, and they right up there around Hintontown, and Salhatchie is where they're from. Just right. Do a great job. I mean, some outstanding, awesome musicians, and a good friend of mine, Pearlie Franklin. He has played the drums with them, I think, a couple of times in there. I don't know if he's going to be here or not, but I'm looking at one here coming on down the line down here, Red House Suckers. And
you got me.
Red House Suckers. Seems like I know what a Red House Sucker is that swims that swims down around Lake Seminole and these creeks and rivers and all that stuff. And mighty fine fish eating, them sucker fish is, them Red House Suckers. But that's an interesting name for a band. And what kind of music do they play, Jim?
They play songs about Miller County, and then half are songs that hopefully people know. But the other half are about my grandmother, Marie Tabb, riding around the square back when you were a kid here in Miller County, or preteen and post-teen, trying to stay out of trouble from Officer Jimmy Tipper, who used to give us a lot of trouble back in the day, which I appreciate now more for that. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of just like that.
That's great.
But
that's great. And Jeb and friends now, that's you, isn't it? Are you involved with that?
Oh yeah, I'm on drums, and sometimes I play guitar in it, but I'll be on drums this time and vocals.
How about that? Well, I tell you what, I think that's a great thing to do. I think it'd be a good entertainment for any of you people out there looking for something to do on Saturday night, June the 8th. It's going to be a great deal. Music festival right here in Colquitt, Georgia. Y'all know what the Swamp Gravy. Y'all know where they do the Swamp Gravy shows right in Cotton Hall. It's going to be right behind it back there, right across from the big agricultural mural. Y'all come on to Colquitt, Georgia, and enjoy yourself. Enjoy some good music. And I tell you what, I guarantee you it'll be. I guarantee you everything that goes on there that you'll be a liking to it. But y'all come on. And Jeb, I appreciate you being on with us tonight, man. Me and your family go way back, son. We go way back, especially me and your daddy and your aunt. We go way, way back. But y'all come on down here and visit with us and check them out.
That's right. Farrell would say, let's boogie.
Let's boogie. Amen, bro. Thank you, Jeb. Good night.
Thank y'all.
That's going to be a good time for all, I think. A good time for all.
Would be about, yeah, it would be. Hey, if I was about 25 or 30 or 35 or 40 years old, man, I'd be right in the middle of that boogie right there.
Y'all ain't gonna believe this. I found a Republican computer.
Oh no.
It's working.
Marvin
It's
must
working.
see the right connection to it there.
Yeah.
Well, we had a little mix up, but we got it through. Marvin, you can always count on Marvin. He will find a way to get it done. Now, it might not be orthodox. Sometimes it might not even be legal, but he will find a way to get it done.
But know this, I put it on the disclaimer. We broadcast where it's legal and illegal.
And not, yeah.
We do not discriminate. Floyd, go ahead and tell them about Miss Ziggy Bees.
Well, I tell you, y'all know what day today is, Thursday. And with me and Nadine, Thursday is shrimp night. I went in there, got me some shrimp. We brought them back home, fried them, put them in a little bit of olive oil, that kind of seared them a little bit, seared them with a little dust of the flour on them. Got some of them good, some of the best shrimp I ever had in my life. Every Thursday night, me and Nadine would say, man, these are some of the best shrimp I ever had in my life. But she's got some of the finest seafood you ever want to put in your mouth. It's fresh. If it ain't no good, she ain't going to sell it to you. And that deal right there, what you're looking at right now, is what she's going to have tomorrow night, starting at 4 o'clock. That's her famous low country boil. And what you need to do now, you need to call in there. You need to call 758, that's 229 area code, 758-5430. 758-5430. And tell us, say, look at here, Ziggy B said, fix me up about 5 of them low country boils right there. And I'll be by there and pick them up about 6 o'clock. She'll put you on the list and she'll get you in there, but call ahead and tell her what you want. She ain't gonna cook up a bunch of this stuff and have to throw it away. But call ahead and tell them how many of them plates you want, and she'll put them on there for you. She'll have them ready for you when you pick them up. Call her 229-758-5430. They got that good elderberry elixir in there. That's some good stuff. Queasel testifies on that stuff.
Woo, that's some good
stuff. I think it's an aromatic, and it's got all the good stuff, all the good ingredients to stimulate your body and to make you feel better, and make you feel good.
You know, Floyd, you heard them say it put lead in your pencil.
Uh-huh.
That stuff right there put ink in your ink pen, brother. I'm telling you what.
Some folks say they don't need no more lead, they need more pencil. Anyway, and look at him. Another thing she'll do. Y'all go fishing all down there to the bay, and y'all go all down there to the ocean, catch all that fish, and you don't want to clean them. She'll clean your fish for you. If you go down there to Lake Bowl or go up at the Fort Gaines and you don't feel like cleaning your fish because you done wore out catching them, she'll clean your fish for you. All you got to do is call her 758-5430, Ziggy B's Seafood Market. That's it. We okay, Martin? Then we ain't got they give us.
Ain't nobody extra out here.
They ain't got it. They cut us out yet.
I'm good.
I hope not.
Hey, that ain't. Listen, that ain't near as bad as in the commercials you see on television every night when you sit down and try to watch television. I promise.
It ain't near as bad. No, that's nothing.
Near as bad.
So we sedate. I promise you.
That's exactly right.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. All y'all. I guarantee y'all, you peanut farmers know what I'm talking about. Y'all heard that before.
That's an old timey saying, ain't it?
Old timey saying that, man.
You know the first person I think I ever heard say that was in a dove shoot with L.W. Frazier. Do you know that name?
Mm-hmm.
I know the L.W. and the L.C. Know them both.
You was in a dove shoot, Marvin.
Yeah, that was years.
How many did you kill, Marvin?
I didn't kill none, but I had a good time.
Can you see Marvin at a dove shoot?
He's about like me at a dove shoot.
Hey, I went quail hunting one time, and I had 12 birds in my pocket and never shot a shell out of it. They had a little old flush dog that she would go out there and catch the quail, and all them hunters, they all got upset about it. I was like, that's a bird. Bring it to me, baby.
Come here, come on.
Never fired a shot and had 12 quail in my in my
In your
I
gun
went
sack.
on. I went on one of them with you one time, and they wouldn't let me shoot it on the ground, and I ain't went back. I said I didn't know they could fly. Why come you can't shoot them on the ground? They one landed in a tree. I was gonna shoot him. I said, oh no, you can't do that. You know, you might hit the dog. I said the dog ain't in no tree.
He ain't in no tree.
What was it? There was a story about Big Edwin Atkinson shooting a bird on the ground or soming. What would y'all know?
I ain't never heard that
I
story.
don't know that one. I don't know it.
I think you're confused by that. No. I've heard some things about Big Edward shooting out, but it wasn't. Something down in West Bainbridge going across the bridge.
We better go on to a commercial. Queasy, tell him while I get him on the phone. KWG.
He is KWG Plumbing LLC. Kenneth Wayne Garney. Listen, he's the most honest plumber you'll ever see. A man that won't lie about fishing. He won't lie about nothing. And I had a conversation. We had a meeting at church Monday night, and I had a conversation with Kenneth Wayne, and I said, Kenny, you gotta learn how to stretch them fish stories a little bit. But he won't do it. He gonna tell nothing but the truth, and that's the way he's gonna treat you when it comes to plumbing. Nothing but the truth. If you want somebody to do a remodel job, he's got it. New construction, he's the best in the business at it. If you got any kind of plumbing problems, whatever it might be, he can handle it for you. Good, honest service. He ain't coming 24 hours now. He only gonna come during work hours. He put that ad up there, and we got him so busy he had to break off to get some rest. But you call him, he'll put you on the list and get to you just as quick as he can. He's licensed in Georgia, Alabama. He do anything that you need done. He's worked on some of the most beautiful new construction we've seen the pictures on our show. Good, honest family man, and I tell you what, you will not regret calling him. You know it's saying, you know what he tells you. He makes you this promise. If you ain't flowing, one call and he'll get you going.
And we are joined right now on the phone with none other than Mr. Wayne Garney himself. Mr. Garney, how you doing, brother?
Yes, sir. Doing good. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. How y'all?
Yes, sir. We are good. I just threw this picture up here of this new construction. Tell us a little bit about it. That's a pretty nice house going up right there.
Yes, sir. That's a plantation house in between Bainbridge and Beta. Said the folks that they'll spend about 40 days a year there, and that's it. They're going to build that big old thing for 40 days a year, but we glad they building it.
How big a house is that? How many square feet?
Yes, sir. That's close to 6,000-7,000 square feet.
So they gonna have more than $75,000 in that house, then probably, right?
Yes, sir. That's $1 million house. These houses we doing nowadays, every one of them's anywhere from $600 to $1 million to $2 million. It's unreal. But I'm thankful at the end of the day. Yes,
man
sir.
alive. All right. Well, I got a threesome picture up here. It looks like y'all were at the ocean down around. I see the lighthouse, and I see your kids on a boat, and then a pretty sunset there. What was going on here the weekend?
Yes, sir. We went down to St. George Island for the weekend to do some red snapper fishing, but the wind was too bad, so the captain didn't want to take us offshore and risk anything bad going on. So we just stayed safe and stayed in the bay of Apalachicola.
Uh-huh.
And we went flounder gigging and mullet gigging.
I see. Okay, now
we didn't get any sheephead, but
now I see. That's Preston got a gig in his hand. I see it now.
Yeah, that's what it kind of like a frog gig.
Yeah.
Gig fish instead of frogs.
There you go.
Man, them no-see-em and sand gnats tore us up. We still itching from all them things. I'm gonna tell you what.
All right, so this was some mullet that y'all gigged, and what else is that? Oh, flounder.
Like some flounder, yeah.
Yeah, that's bait fish, mullet, and flounder. And we're gonna. Weasel tried to tell me to give you the bait fish, but I told him, I said, man, I can't do it like that, so I'm just gonna keep the bait fish and fish with them in the Chattahoochee.
I got you. Well,
we're gonna keep them, man. It was a good family outing, just team building experience, family bonding time. And it was great. Yes,
that
sir.
is good. Well, how about some words of wisdom before you leave us tonight?
Yes, sir. Well, I was just gonna say I've been listening to the show. Sound like somebody's been hanging out with Leroy Brown. He's a junkyard dog. Y'all better watch it. Wisdom. keep a smile on your face. Praise the Lord for our armed forces. You know, today, like y'all showed, today's a special day. And Captain Hook wants to say, spend as much time you can with your family in the outdoors, indoors, whichever you can. You know, spend time with them. Count your blessings every day, and don't worry and be happy. Thank
All right.
y'all. Have a
God
good
bless
night.
you, brother. See you next week.
Yes, sir. Bye.
All right, guys. Our good friend, our confidant, our buddy in general, TC Berryhill, sole proprietor, Berryhill Auctioneers Incorporated. You can visit them on the World Wide Web, www.berryhillauctioneers.com. Check out and see what old TC's doing. He is our sponsor in exclusivity and perpetuity of Floyd's List of Impossibilities and a whole lot more.
Thank you, Marvin. I appreciate that. But if I may have just a little moment here to share a story with y'all concerning Marvin. And Marvin is an entrepreneur. Marvin is always trying to practice gain of function, if you will, in his life. He's always trying to rise above, and do a little bit extra. All the thing Marvin needs to do now in his life, other than what he's doing now, is like have him an Amway business. That's the only thing that he needs to do now, and get out and show the plan at night. But Marvin is, we talked about this quiz one time about what happened to my old family phone. That
Right.
got up
Oh yeah.
with a bull semen tank.
That's right.
He knocked off on it and tore it up. It'd been in my family for 60 years. And then he crashed it in 15 minutes toward the smithereens. But Marvin's still in that business. He ain't gonna quit that. He's got him a insemination, cattle insemination, artificial insemination business, if you will. And he called a good friend of mine, and Marvin, a good friend. They go to Marvin's church. In fact, these folks do. That's the only way Marvin could get in with them. He worried them about going to church and everything at church, and they said, yeah, whatever. Marvin said, I got some semen, and I got some of this great semen, so I need to inseminate one of your cattle out there, one of your cows out there, show you just what I got. And anyway, he was Gerald Mock and his wife Stephanie. Gerald, big cattle man, cow auctioneer, cow man, buys cows, sells cow, runs cow man all his whole life, knows cow. Marvin got to worrying him about inseminating one of his cows, gonna produce this progeny, it's gonna be outstanding. Anyway, he called Gerald, whatever you want to do, whatever, get Marvin off the phone, whatever you want to do. So anyway, Gerald goes out, he's out working all the time from daylight to after dark, working, planting peanuts, seeing about cows, planting corn, cutting silage. He's working all the time. So anyway, Marvin called him and he said, yeah. So just go by the house and see Stephanie, and she'll tell you where the cow is, so you can inseminate the cow. And so anyway, Marvin shows up at the house, and Gerald had told Stephanie, said, look at him. I said, Marvin's coming in here. He said he's gonna come in here, gonna inseminate this cow, and he ain't gonna know which one it is. He said, I got the pen down there, got the gates closed and everything. And he said, I want you. That cow down there said, the old cow, blah blah. And she said, no, I don't know which. You got to tell me which cow that Marvin is gonna come and inseminate. And he said, I'm gonna drive a 20 penny nail in the gate. Said that cow that's in that pen with that 20 penny nail drove in the gate. So that's going to be the cow for Marvin to go. So anyway, Marvin shows up there, and he showed, and of course Gerald's out working, and Stephanie, he said, I'm here to inseminate this cow. I said, where's the cow at? She said, well, I don't know. She said, I'll take you down here to the pen, to the stall, and I'll show you which one it is. She's down here. I'll show you which one it is. So anyway, they go down there. Sure enough, Stephanie sees the big 20 penny nail drove up there in the gate, and she said, this is the cow right here. And she said, and he asked, he said, how you know this is a cow? She said, because he told me he was going to drive a 20 penny nail in the gate there, so you know which cow it was. And he said, well, what's that 20 penny nail for? And she said, I reckon it's to hang your britches on. Huh?
Marvin's quiet. He's
Remember
pretty
that,
quiet.
Marvin?
Ain't he?
Hey,
Pretty quiet.
that was a little bit like, you remember the one if you,
Yeah.
I'll buy a tractor from you if you
You
Yeah,
can
about
convince
that,
my
look, you
wife.
explain to my wife. Yeah, exactly
You
what
can
happened.
convince to my wife what
I was milking that cow.
Yeah, but you can't tell that one for free. We have to charge for that story.
Oh no, that one's a birthday
Yeah.
party deal.
Yeah, you have to charge for that story. We can't tell that for free.
Let's go. We ain't got. I done took up way too much time with Marvin telling Marvin about the insemination story, but I thought it was a good story. Here's
Yeah.
one. The Floyd's list of impossibilities. Impossibility that a fool will ever be anything other than a fool.
That's about the most truest thing you ever said right there.
It's an impossibility. If a fool, he gonna be a fool. He's gonna be a fool forever. That's it. It was. Let's see. Impossibility that anyone other than Hunter Biden is more sleazy than P. Diddy. Here's one. Impossibility that anyone other than a communist Democrat can ruin a state like California. You can't do it. You got to be a communist Democrat. Here's the last one right here. No, this is next to the last one. Impossibility that Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton have anything in common other than being corrupt, greedy, lying with impunity, and having extramarital affairs with other women. You okay, Marvin?
Yeah.
Floyd ain't cutting them no slack tonight.
Ain't got them no slack.
That was-
Impossibility that Joe Biden can go 8 hours without having a bowel evacuation in his defense. And the last one, impossibility that Joe Biden has any control, including his bowels, other than. Good night. I'm done. I'm
Well,
gonna leave y'all with a bowel evacuation,
I gotta go back though.
including his bladder and his bowels. Things that Joe Biden has any control over.
Floyd, I got to go back though. We got to set the record straight on something. Marvin did tear your phone up now with the bull semen bottle. He did, but now he fixed it.
Oh
He
yeah,
had
he with duct
He had
tape.
3 rolls of duct tape taped around that phone. He fixed it for you though. You
Yeah.
couldn't talk
I can't dial
or
nobody.
dial.
I can't dial nobody on it.
No, but he
I
had it
can't
fixed.
dial nobody.
And then it was strange. He didn't know exactly what happened to it. You remember that to start with?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, he didn't know nothing. Yeah.
Hey, Queasel, Charlie's not here tonight, so do you mind filling in and doing the weather forecast? Compliments of our good friends at Kelly Crop Insurance. And I hope if you're a farmer, you got crop insurance this year. Go see
They
crop insurance.
the folks to know they gonna treat you right, and you need to go see them. And they good enough to sponsor this weather. Well, you can see we getting normal. It's getting this time of year. We're gonna be in the 90s, man. We're gonna be pushing 100 on up there pretty close around about Sunday. 98, 97 gonna be our highs, and the lows is in the 60s and 70s, and then Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday we got another front. I've been reading about it. It's gonna start coming through here, and we're going to keep around a 50 to 60, 70% chance of rain. Still going to have highs in the 80s and 90s. Don't know yet what that rain's going to do yet. It's still looking like a good chance for it to come this way. But, we're going to trust. The first thing we're going to do in this weather, we're going to trust in the good Lord, and he's going to send us exactly what we need. But it's fit to get hot, and we'll need some rain by then to cool it off. So let me just say this while we're talking about weather. I want to remind everybody, pay attention to this weather. You saw that picture of those thunderstorms. There is entirely too many people every year that gets killed by lightning. Listen, when you hear thunder, it's time to get in the house and get out of the outside. That lightning will get you. We don't need to take no chance with it. Be safe. It don't take much to be safe. So just be safe when something like that happens. Go ahead on now.
Take us to the house, Queasel.
Take us to the house. Well, we go into the house. Had a good time tonight. I apologize. There wasn't nothing wrong with my internet. I don't think it was just with my computer. It was it just didn't do right. But I got one now. I dug around and found a nut. But been good to be with y'all tonight. We appreciate y'all trusting us enough to let us come in and spend some time with you. We just act the fool like we normally do. Life is too short not to laugh and have a good time. I was blessed and had the opportunity to get a second chance at life, and I said then when I got through all this, I said I'm gonna be happy, and I'm gonna do what's right and be happy and enjoy life from here on out, and that's what we want you to do. If we bring a smile on your face, that's what we plan to do. Our nation, we're gonna ask you to pray for it. It's in a mess. But you know what? None of this has caught the Lord by surprise. He knew all this was coming before it got here. He talked to us about it. He's told us what we need to do to get it back like it needs to do. So let's pray for our nation. Even though we don't like them, let's pray for our leaders. Let's pray for them and pray that God can change their hearts and change their ways of thinking. Let's pray for this election coming up. Not so much that our person might not get in whatever office we want them in, but let's pray that God's will be done. And we've tried to straighten it out, and we ain't done it but mess it up so far. So let's let God give it a try and see how he might fix it. But we love y'all. I'm going to leave you with this, what I've been telling y'all the last several weeks, and we've hit on it today being the anniversary of D-Day. When you see a veteran, tell them thank you. Tell them you appreciate what they done for us, because if it wasn't for them, it wasn't for these fellas you see right here coming off his boat, we might have been speaking German or Japanese or whatever. I don't know what we would have been speaking, but if it had to been for folks like them, and then we got several generations that fought in many wars since them. We got several people that served that might not have actually went overseas and fought war, but they still served our country. They were there ready for the call to protect us. If you see a law officer, a deputy, a police officer, trooper, state trooper, tell them thank you. You see a firefighter, thank them. A paramedic, thank them. Most of the time, that's all they get is a thank you. These folks is ready and willing to put their lives on the line for you every single day. Just let them know you love them and you appreciate them and you thank them, and it goes way, let me tell you, it goes way further than you think it does. We love y'all. Thank you for watching. Floyd?
Yeah, thank you, Queasel. Good show. Great being with y'all tonight. Love all of y'all. Of course, always exercise your Second Amendment rights.
Hey, Floyd,
no plainer.
Floyd, hold on just a second.
Go ahead.
And the Dirt Road Sports Show every Thursday night. I have become a huge proponent of the Second Amendment. I now always carry my .32 revolver and a straight razor everywhere I go in New York and DC.
See what we're doing. See the people that we're reaching. I mean, we just old South Georgia country boys. That's all we are. We just old South Georgia straight South Georgia rednecks with class. Country boy, you never know. See, you got to put the message out there. It's like Marvin. When Marvin preaches on Sunday, he puts the message to them. Let me tell you. Now, he engages them, if you will. He starts asking them questions, if you will. But AOC, when you can convert AOC to carrying a .32 revolver and a straight razor, she knows. She is vigilant of her surroundings, because everywhere she goes, she knows these folks look bronky to me. But exercise your Second Amendment rights, whatever you do. Everywhere you go, you still have that right. Exercise your Second Amendment right. Have at your disposal at any time something that you can defend yourself with. And it better be a Second Amendment right, because never take a knife to a gunfight. Exercise your Second Amendment right. Be vigilant of your surroundings. Know what's going on around you at all times. Look at those people. Look at them. Check them out. If you pulled up at a traffic light, You check out who's on either side of you over there. You check them out. You never know. Exercise your Second Amendment rights. Be vigilant of your surroundings and surround yourself with like-minded people. Don't get yourself caught up in a trap with a bunch of crazy folks. Like I said earlier, a fool ain't never going to be nothing but a fool. So stay away from them kind of folks. And tonight, when you lay down and go to sleep and you start saying your prayers, you start thanking the good Lord above for what he's done for you today. And I don't mean be vague about it. I mean, you need to sit down and you need to lay there and you need to think about what the good Lord has done for you today. Just think about it, what all that you have done today, how your life has been today, and what you've done and how you've lived. Just thank God for what he's done for you today. And Lord have mercy, we love y'all. You start thanking God for what he's done for you today, and you'll be asleep and you'll still be thanking him. Good night, y'all.
Hey, guys, we love y'all. Appreciate you joining us here tonight. Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. You know what I'm going to tell you. Sunday's coming. Go to church. Give the Lord his due. Keep your head up. Keep looking to the Lord. Keep trusting him. Keep loving each other. Keep doing stuff good for each other. That's what the Lord wants us to do. Our scripture for tonight is Jesus taught his disciples, when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. Guys, we love y'all. Appreciate you being with us, inviting us in every Thursday night. Lord willing, and the creek doesn't rise, we'll be right back here. More Charlie Platt, more Dirt Road Sports Show next week. Same place, same time. Hey, don't forget, June the 8th, go see them at the Briar Patch Music Festival behind Cotton Hall in Colquitt, Georgia. Thank you to Shingler Law, TK's Bar and Grill, the Peach Depot, Sowega Meat Company, Ziggy B's, the Holstered Nine, and Phillips Auto Parts, KWG Plumbing, Southern Hissy Fits, and Berry Hill Auctioneers, our sponsors here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Hey, guys, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter who you're with, always be particular. Good night.
Good night, y'all.
See y'all.